Mr Speaker. I want to just start my talk this afternoon with some remarks in relation to Kelvin Davis's speech. So he said National has never got it in education. Well, I want to tell the House that what we haven't got, we've never got. National has never, ever got in education. And that is that kids who are leaving school not being able to read and write. Now that is really a fundamental, it's actually a human right that kids leave school with the basics, just with the basics, the bare basics. And under the last government, 9 years, oh that's right, now don't get all defensive, because in 9 years we had more kids leaving school than ever before not being able to read and write. Just give them the basics. That's the starting point. No, we're not talking about rocket scientists. We're talking about saying to Hone Davis and Marama Davis and the like of Moerewa, saying what we will do is we'll give you, first and foremost, are the basics. We'll teach you to read and write. But I know, when national standards comes in, there's a hue and cry from the unionists and from the members who are still paid up members of NZEI, flicking the money here, there and everywhere. Now there we go. I'll talk about it, Mr. Speaker. Talk about it. Mr. Speaker, I love the budget debate, Mr. Speaker, because it's a time for nationalism. Budgets, to me personally, are a time for nationalism, sir. And when you're talking about nationalism demands certain things from government, sir. And there's 4 or 5 things that I think that budgets should do, sir. It should build on the recovery that we're in at the moment, sir. It should strengthen the economy, sir. It should, where possible, assist every family, sir. That's right. Sir, we also need to keep people within our borders, because that's where the strength is keeping that capacity, that critical mass in your own territory, sir. And I suppose, sir, one of the last things that nationalism demands, sir, is a fair tax system. That's right. A tax system whereby the government is not always putting its hand in the back pocket, sir. Always putting its hand in the back pocket. And for 9 years... They love the back pocket. I can understand the Labour Party, sir, having their hand in the back pocket of the worker for so many years, and even when times were tough. But I can't understand that the 9 years that the Labour administration was in power, sir, in good times, this wasn't the Depression. This was a boom time for New Zealand. And what happened? Higher taxes, and more higher taxes. That's what happened. And they get up, sir, in the House today and they say workers need a bit of extra money, a bit of extra that and a bit of extra that. Well, actually, what should have happened in the boom times was that's when we should have had it. That's right. And now it's been left up to this administration, sir, to come up with a fairer tax system. Yeah. And I want to quote something, sir, that my colleague from Hamilton said in his budget speech, sir. 2 remarkable facts. First, 2/3 of the cost of personal income tax cuts has gone to reducing the bottom 2 rates. That is, taking the current 12.5% rate down to 10.5% and taking the 21% rate down to 17.5%, sir. In other words, 2/3 of the tax cuts apply to people on income below $48,000. So secondly, 73% of the income earners will now face a statutory income tax rate of 17.5% or less. 73% of income earners are going to be facing a statutory income tax rate of 17.5%. I tell you, Mr Speaker, not even Roger Douglas in his heyday when he was Minister of Finance for that lot over there, would he but have believed that New Zealand would have had such a good tax system, the beginnings of a good tax system, the beginnings, sir, of one of the most fairest tax systems in the Western world, sir. Sir, for those near the top of this income range, that tax has almost halved, down from 33% in just 2 years. This rate, sir, will also apply to the income and savings, including KiwiSaver, sir. I want to get back to the 5 points that I made, sir, and when I talk about nationalism, when I talk about the setting of a budget, which any Minister of Finance will tell you, sir, that is a pretty difficult job, especially, sir, when the global economy is not doing too well. So what we had to do, sir, was make sure we focused on good fiscal management. And, sir, like anybody knows that you can't spend more than you earn, sir. And so what our Minister of Finance, sir, has shifted us to is we've moved from a decade of deficits, and we are on our way and on track to record some modest surpluses in the few years ahead, sir. We're moving in the right direction, sir, and I want to say it would have been a long time in New Zealand's history if we thought that the corporate tax had been so low as it is today, and thanks to the Minister of Finance, his cabinet colleagues and the Prime Minister, sir. Mr Speaker, this budget is all about giving our country the tools to do the job in a real tough time. And let me make no bones about it, sir, these are tough times. When our small country of 4 million people on the other end of the world are watching countries like Greece, like Spain, like Italy, like Portugal, we are doing rather well, sir. We are doing the things that need to be done. And what are the things that need to be done? Okay. Well, look, I can talk about all the stuff that's been happening over the last week, but I won't, because that's just a distraction. That's just a distraction, sir. But I want to say that this country is on the road to a good recovery. This country is on the road, sir, to becoming, well, I suppose to coin a phrase, getting up the ladder in the OECD, just as the former Prime Minister always used to rant on and rave on about us getting up the ladder in the OECD. Admittedly, she didn't talk about it. She didn't talk about it too much in the last 2 or 3 years of her reign. But however, it's actually going great. It's actually going great. It is going great. Fantastic, in fact, because we're a small economy, sir. We know which buttons to hit. We know not to put our hands in the back pocket of the workers.
That's right.
We know that every little amount of money that we can give back to the workers, what that says is that, yes, you have the ability to go and spend as you like, instead of being told by the Labor Party, by the Labor government, how to spend it. For goodness sake, it's economics 101. Let them have their own money. How simple is this? Let them have their own money so they can make the decisions for them. The left, sir, love nothing else than spending other people's money. It's rampant in the unions, it's rampant in the teachers' union, and Kelvin Davis knows it. The NZEI and all of its fees, they love to spend other people's money, sir. That's what that mob over there is about. They love to spend and put it on the card.
Call Grant.